Hi, I'm live. That's the preamble. Okay, today there's an interesting thing that I want to talk about, and I hope this one gets some notes for me. So the interesting thing I want to talk about is this thing called ideal end state. So there is this guy on Twitter called Kevin Strom or whatever. I don't know what his last name. He goes by Camp4 as a handle on Twitter. So one of the things that he writes about is something called the ideal end state. Ki life में how do you want to end up in life? And he writes about that, and he writes a lot about that. Which he's done a lot of extensive work around that, and he's got this entire set of questions that he asks people to respond to, and based on that, people are able to identify their ideal end states. Like, for example, the questions are what gives you joy? What is your definition of success? How do you differentiate it from success definition of other people? Uh, who do you like to be around? What would you want to do with your time? So, ऐसे ना उसके questions हैं. So, last night I was talking to my mindset coach from Foxo. And one of the homework that she gave me was to write things that I need to work on, both positive and negative, if I were to live till 120 and be an effective, impactful human being that I want to be. And while I was thinking about it in the morning, I realized that maybe no, the entire structure that I will follow will be this ideal end state one because I think it's a great framework that Kevin has made that allows you to think structurally instead of randomly thinking कि मेरे को fit होना है या सोना है या blah blah blah. It allows you to think in a certain structure, and from that structure I can arrive at the end state, and for that end state I can arrive at things like, for example, in Kevin's case, he moved to a place where he could go mountain climbing or hiking, something I don't know exactly kya kar raha hai, but one of those things. Now that move allowed him to find a way to be close to nature, work out, etc., etc. Now, in my case, I could probably move to, I don't know, man, Goa. If I'm the beach guys, I can move to, say, hills if I'm the mountain state. So the point is that you find what excites you, what do you want to be doing, and that allows you to move life, move for those things. So broadly, no, that is my framework for the day, and I will talk about it, right? And then, unlike other live sessions, I have a document that is open in front of me. The document is what I wrote in 2024 about ideal end state. I mean, this is a concept that has been around me for a while. So I'm going to think about that per se. Like, for example, I've written in 2024, and probably repeat that the key philosophy that I done with this, that I want to have absolute mastery over time. I want to choose how I want to work and who I want to work with and when I want to work. Like, for example, I don't like the fact that my mornings are now structured in calls. There's a call from Yellow, there's a call from Zero, there's a call from Anshika. Like morning 8:30 to 10:30 I have calls. I don't want to do that. I want to do calls at 1 p.m. onward or 2 p.m. onward, or in the evenings. The only problem is that I am unable to move my people to do things in those calls. So I'm going to fix that. Second thing is that I've written in my document is that I want to avoid chode. Now that essentially means that anything that makes life less. मतलब मतलब ट्रैफिक है, लोग है, कोई बक कर रहा है, फन कर रहा है, वो सब नहीं चाहिए, वो अपने को बाहर चाहिए, ठीक है. So that way, like, I've written that I need a home that is large enough to have different rooms for different things. I want a room for sleeping, I want a room for working, I want a room for hosting people. Now, it's a large enough home that I need. I do not know where do I get that. In Bombay today, with my economic life, I may not be able to get it. I plan to like, I plan to live outside the country. Maybe I'll be able to find a cheap enough place where I move and go to work. Not know how it will pan out, but that's something that I'll work on. Then I want to be able to work on health. Like, for example, I've written in health that I want to run a sub 4 marathon, sub 4 hour marathon. Now I really want to do that. I don't want to have muscles. I know muscles are important for me to live till 120, but for me, I'd rather be a runner and not expect I may not be able to do that. Like, for example, I've written that I would love to fly business class and above whenever I fly. And I don't have aspirations of flying private. I mean, I know it's a great thing, but today I don't have that. Then I've written what are my shocks that I want to make films now. How do I make it? I don't know the answer. I want to be able to invest in startups, both to be able to create wealth for myself and also to be able to support other people in terms of what they're doing. And then obviously, I want to do things around community, and in that I have written very specific conversations that who do I want to live with? And I've mentioned Vivek and other people there, and obviously there is more lists that I will make. Then I've written about how would I look and feel. Like, for example, like when I said running, I said running because as a child, um, if I think back at my time from school I went to, like a tiny school I went to, I can see myself running across the fucking ground, man. I've never been into uh, strength sports. If I may, I was always into these. I was into cricket. I was into badminton. I was into. There used to be a game called Gallery where you'd run from one place to another. I do not know who made that game. So I've hopscotch for the game that we played a lot. So I played those running games probably the way I grew up. We didn't really have a lot of accessories and facilities when we grew up. But for me, that is what I remember, and I probably want to come back to it. So maybe running. In fact, to date, I like the idea of walking. Just that whether or not it's motivating, maybe I will start walking, running, etc., etc. And what do you call it? Apart from that, this entire thing about ideal estate has been uh, with me for a while, and I want to be able to do more of it. So probably I will spend some time today to write about that identity thing, and from there on I will write about how and what all I need to do to be able to get to 120, and then probably build behaviors from there on. So I think this is it for the day. I hope it was. I hope it was visible and it was audible. But let's see what comes out of it. Thank you so much. See you around. Bye.